can't handle the truth.
This is Exposing Xbots episode 20. Now, I'm like 3 months late for this video due to the fact that there was no need to expose Xbots in the first couple years of 2018 due to the fact that these guys were nowhere to be found. Now, they came out on 2 occasions. Just like they did last year, they were bragging about backwards compatibility, and then I believe they were attempting to brag about Sea of Thieves, but I think we all know how that turned out. With that being said, before I get into the video, I want to go over a couple things. The Iron Spider outfit for the Marvel Avengers Infinity War movie is supposed to be the second outfit revealed for the Spider-Man PS4 exclusive. Now, if that's true, and they have the worldwide trailers and teasers all over the internet showing that gameplay with that outfit, that's going to boost the hell out of the PS4. Now, Spider-Man might come out in September, but many gamers do have a reason to buy a PS4 now due to the fact that that's not the only game clearly the PS4 has to offer. They have older exclusives that people have missed out on that are dirt cheap right now. So if you do get a PS4 and you're waiting for a game, let's say like Spider-Man or even Last of Us next year, or games like Detroit, which comes out next month, you know, Dreams or Days Gone, Death Stranding. There's tons of exclusives that have yet to come out that are coming out later on. But if you get a PS4 now, you still have tons of exclusives to experience. We all know that. So that's going to push the PS4 to 80 million before E3. I'm predicting it. I'm calling it right now. PS4 will be at 80 million before E3 2018. With that being said, of course, this Friday, God of War is going to push it over. Not just the reviews did their job, but the fact that people are going to be posting gameplay, they're going to be live streaming, that people have to go pick up on Friday their limited edition PS4 Pro God of War bundles. So yeah, I definitely see the PS4 being at 80 million before E3 2018. And that's going to be a more devastating hit, not just to Microsoft or the Xbox division, but the Xbox fans. They're going crazy now, but this episode is to show you how crazy they're going. Okay, so here we go. Now this guy said exclusive piece of shit, you, and then he called me the N-word. He misspelled the N-word. He missed the extra G. And this was a recent comment on the podcast I did on Saturday. Now what happened was he posted this comment after I uploaded the banner right here. Sorry, the thumbnail. And as you can see on the thumbnail, it has a picture of Spider-Man for the PS4, and of course it has the PlayStation Legion podcast logo. He definitely did not watch the entire video, but he definitely saw this. Now, if he did watch a little bit of the video, he saw Infamous Second Son being featured, which probably triggered him enough to be racist enough to think that this was going to impact me at all. I just want to be perfectly clear. You guys calling me racial slurs and giving me dislikes on my video, it gives me more ammunition to continue to do what I do. So thank you guys for all the hate. It never deterred me from leaving YouTube. It never stopped me from making videos or live streams. So, you know, good luck with that. We continue here where there's a Xbox fan literally begging for Microsoft to buy the rights to Spider-Man. And this is what he said. He said, at Microsoft, please buy all rights to Spider-Man games. Now, as you know, Activision for the longest time was not just making Spider-Man games, but they were making Marvel property games, such as X-Men Legends, X-Men Legends 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, I believe they had their name on the Iron Man movie video game and the Captain America movie video game. You know, there's been tons of Marvel properties over the past years that had Activision's name plastered on those boxes that we brought. That's because they had a long-standing contract with Marvel. before Disney brought Marvel. Now, when Disney brought Marvel, they kind of wisened up to their game division being so lackluster. Yes, it was one of their afterthoughts. Their first thought was, let's get our rights to the cinematic properties back. You know, things like Spider-Man. So they brokered a deal with Sony. Of course, later on after that deal, they went and brought Fox so they could get the X-Men rights and Deadpool rights and all of that stuff back. But before that, they did broker the deal with Spider-Man, which showed everybody that they were willing to make sure their movies were accurate enough to have the characters they needed. Spider-Man was a very key point in the Civil War comic book. And, you know, the movie's a little bit different, but still, he was a very key point for Disney to reach out to Sony and make that deal. Something else was going to have to happen. Now, the afterthought that I was talking about was their games division. It was not as good as DC's games division. Remember, you know, you got DC with Injustice games and Batman Arkham games that have Game of the Year awards out the ass. So they wanted to be up there to the caliber of what DC was doing with their video games recently. So they said, let's start new. Instead of having one, you know, like one game company make all Marvel games, they said, let's spread it out. As you know, Square Enix is going to be working on the Avengers video game, but Sony and Insomniac, they're working on Spider-Man. So, as you know, Sony still has rights to the the Spider-Man property of the movies, but Sony has a game division. We all know this, and Disney knows that Sony makes great games. I mean, this is why exclusives matter. The Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn and tons of other exclusives getting all these Game of the Year awards, it basically made it that easy to get this deal. And it's a perfect deal. Sony deserved this more than anybody else. They've been making Spider-Man movies for over 16 years now. So yes, they were the perfect people for the job. So no, you know, it's not going to happen. Microsoft is not going to get the rights to Spider-Man games ever. So have fun with that. But then we scroll over here to see this. Now this one's pretty funny. At Xbox, will you ever add any of the Spider-Man games to backwards compatibility either for the original Xbox or Xbox 360? Now, I want you guys to keep in mind, this was posted April 11th, 2018. Today's date is April 16th, 2018. So, just a few days ago, when, once again, instead of begging Microsoft to make new exclusive IPs, these guys are begging for old games on backwards compatibility. That's their mindset now. Their mindset is backwards compatibility above all. You know, and this is why nobody takes Xbox One seriously anymore. But this right here is just pathetic. You know, that's their mindsets now. They don't want anything new. They just want to play old, outdated games. Now, as we already know about this one is very key. Xbox fans said, when is Xbox gonna get the Spider-Man game? Insomniac replied, "Hi there. The game is published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, and as such, is permanently exclusive to the PS4 consoles and will never appear on Xbox." Now, I had this one in this episode because we go all the way back to this guy that was begging Microsoft to buy the rights, but that's not going to happen. Disney already has a contract with Sony. Not just working with them with the movies and getting Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but also having Sony already work on Spider-Man and knowing that it's going to be a success. You think they're going to just, well, you guys made a successful game. It's getting all these amazing rewards, reviews. It's getting all these amazing awards. Spider-Man's going to get a ton of awards, by the way. Do you really think they're going to jeopardize that success and say the next time, oh, let's have Microsoft work on it after they've canceled games like Scalebound and all of the other games they canceled that I fucking forgot? Because they are now history, and a lot of those games are forgotten even by Xbox fans. Pretty sad. This one's funny. As you know, Insomniac Games, I think every week they live stream different games. This time, this guy was commenting to Insomniac Games after they were announcing that they were live streaming Call of Duty. They've live streamed some of their games too, like Ratchet and Clank and Sunset Overdrive. They live stream other people's games like God of War and stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see if they play God of War. I definitely want to watch that live stream. But you know, to disrespect the hell out of them, this guy said instead of doing live on Twitch, they should do Spider-Man version on Xbox, please. Now, remember, you know, when they're live streaming, it might be like 1 to 3 people there. It doesn't mean the whole studio is live streaming. So, it's a big-ass studio working on Spider-Man. So, don't think that they're slacking off because they're not. This guy is just really, really disrespectful. And once again, his begging and pleading that's just not gonna happen. And this is the last one we're gonna go over. This one I saved the best for last because I think this was awesome. This guy says at Insomniac Games, wow, that Spider-Man game looks terrific. Is an Xbox One version in the cards? Hashtag Spider-Man, hashtag E3. Now, as you know, Xbox fans, their main thing that they've told us over the last 4 years is wait until E3, wait until E3, and then we get to E3, we see Microsoft's conference. Their conference is complete shit. It's very boring. I fell asleep for 2 years, 2 different years during their damn conference. It actually put me to sleep.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. So you get nothing. You lose.
Guess what? You didn't do nothing.